Jason Day is an Australian golfer who plays on the PGA Tour. Born on November 12, 1987, he was swinging the sticks at a very young age. The Aussie star was first introduced to the sport by his father, Alvin. Tragically, his dad passed away from stomach cancer when Jason was just 12 years old. Before he left, his dad inspired him to play golf and set him on an early path to success, a path that has earned him over $50 million in career earnings. Alvin's passing was a major obstacle. It was not easy for him, as a young boy, to cope with the loss. He credits his mother with much of the success he's endured throughout his life. Her sacrifice is well recognized by Jason and his two sisters, Kim and Yana Day. As we look back at the career of a golfing guru, we can start to decipher the reasons for all the recent emotions. After his last win at the Byron Nelson, Day was visibly upset. Many people began to speculate about why he was showing such a reaction. The tears are best explained once you map out his roller coaster ride of a career. After a flourishing amateur career, Jason Day turned pro in July of 2006. Quite frankly, he never looked back. The 22-year-old pro was a man on a mission. His inaugural win was at the 2010 Byron Nelson Championship in May. The victory at the time made him the youngest Australian to win a PGA Tour event. A sensational accomplishment. Our guy submitted a final round +2 at the TPC Four Seasons Resort. Not the best final round score, but it was good enough to hang on for the W, finishing the tournament with a two-stroke victory at -10. His FedEx Cup rank rose as high as 8th in the PGA, but it quickly tumbled back down over the next couple years. It wasn't until 2014 when Day next tasted victory. After a handful of top 10 finishes, he finally got his first elusive World Golf Championship. The Aussie took home the first place prize after taking out Ricky Fowler and Victor Dubuisson. The WGC Accenture Match Play tournament wasn't without some late dramatics. Jason missed an 18th hole par putt, which would have sealed the deal. A crushing miss! However, JD did hang on for the dramatic victory. It was in 2015 that Jason had his most fruitful year, collecting nearly $10 million in prize money. He won 5 different tournaments that year, which included the Farmers Insurance Open, an event held on February 5th at Torrey Pines Golf Course. They needed extra holes to decide the 4-way playoff. It was our boy that was the last man standing. At the RBC Canadian Open, he scored his second tourney win of the season. The event was held in Ontario, Canada at Glen Abbey Golf Club, which dates back to 1904, making it the 3rd oldest championship in the world. Day had a rather handsome finish to this one. He collected 3 birdies over the final 3 holes to secure the win. The 3rd win of the season was a big one. It was Day's first major championship win. It came at the 97th edition of the PGA Championship. The tournament was held at Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin. Jason lit the course on fire by posting a -20. It was the lowest score in relation to par at a major event at the time. Moving along to Edison, New Jersey, Day was teeing it up at the Barclays in late August. Jason absolutely blew the competition out of the water. He posted a -19. Henrik Stenson finished in second with a -13, a startling difference between first and second place. The torrid stretch stayed with him as he geared up for the BMW Championship in September. Hosting the event was Conway Farms Golf Club in Illinois. The 22 underscore was not only good enough for the win, it boosted him to the #1 ranked golfer in the world. Jason's confidence was sky high. 2016 started off just as well as the previous year. In March, Day went wire to wire at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. 1 week later, Day could be found collecting a first-place paycheck at the WGC Dell Match Play. Continuing his hot streak, he went on to win another wire-to-wire tournament at the Players' Championship. The 3 tournament victories, as well as some other solid finishes in 2016, netted him just over $8 million. This put his career grand total around $33 million. Pretty unbelievable figures for a humble man like JD. In 2017, JD went winless for the season. His caddy paid the ultimate price for the downfall. He was more than just a caddy, though. Colin Swatton was a longtime father figure. The two had been together since he lost his dad. In 2018, Jason had a bit of a resurgence. He was able to win the Farmers Insurance Open for the 2nd time in his career. Still held at Torrey Pines Golf Course in San Diego, the Australian managed to win a grueling 6-hole playoff. He also won the Wells Fargo Championship, held at Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was in 2019 when things started to go south. For the first time since 2012, Day had no finishes inside the top 3, a pattern that re-emerged in 2020 and 2021. His FedEx Cup rank fell below the top 100 golfers. Day was experiencing chronic back pain during this time. His health had become a major concern. Not only was his back giving him issues, the Australian golf star was battling vertigo. If those ailments weren't bad enough, in March of 2022, Jason Day lost his mother to a long, hard-fought battle against cancer. Starting in 2017, she was only given a year to live by her doctors. She managed to stave off the inevitable for almost 5 years, a miraculous feat in its own right. When Jason released the news about his mother at a press conference in 2017, he was overcome with emotion and was forced to withdraw from the tournament. The weight of his mother's passing, combined with his own growing health concerns, was too much. Day was struggling to play in the 15 required events to keep his PGA eligibility. Just prior to his mother's passing, Day announced he was finally pain-free and wanted to be relevant in the PGA again. On January 26, 2022, he was ready to tee it up at a familiar course he won twice before. Day finished 1 shot behind the leader and tied for a 3rd-place finish. A major step forward considering where he had been over the past few years. Day's wild career journey culminated at the 2023 AT&T Byron Nelson. It was the perfect storyline for this tourney to wrap up on Mother's Day. The tournament being held in Irving, Texas, was shaping up to be a special one. Jason could feel it. His mother's name was being worn on his caddy's bib, Adnil. She was with him the whole way. On the final day, Day fired a brilliant 62 to take home the trophy and the $1.7 million prize. Jay was overcome with emotions for multiple reasons. First, for overcoming his own injuries. Both his back pain and more recently his vertigo issues had been relieved. Secondly, it was due to winning in his mother's honor on Mother's Day. The irony was absolutely blissful. Last, but certainly not least, he was choked up having his wife and kids with him to celebrate the icing on the cake. Jay has amassed many PGA Tour wins thus far in his career. He has finished inside the top 4 in all 4 major championships. In 2011, he finished in 2nd at both the Masters and US Open. His biggest win was at the PGA Championship during the 2015 season. He finished in 4th at the Open Championship, only 1 shot behind the 3 players who tied at -14. There is nothing better in sports than a heroic comeback story. This man was able to come back after he thought his career was over. We are so happy for Jason Day for overcoming his adversity. We fully expect him to be in contention to win another major championship this year. Only time will tell what the future holds, but our crystal ball suggests big things in 2023.